Hello, dear viewer. Today I'm going to talk about...
Hey, Paul, shouldn't you be editing your anime video or something?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, about that. This video will serve as a general explanation of a few things. One, why I've been working so long on this video that I've been promising for a while about why anime never took off in Poland. Two, a highlight of what will come next after this video is finished. 3. Ideas that will not be realized for whatever reason. And 4. Where I am heading with this channel as a whole. Before we get into this, I want to acknowledge that yes, I do recognize the full irony of, me making this video and skipping over the video I'm actually promising, and I'm trying to explain why I'm not doing it, and by doing so I'm actively avoiding work on the video in question, but this is getting too meta. Let's get on to the topic. Okay, so first things first. The reasons for why my uploads have been so slow, so infrequent, and why this one video is taking me so friggin' long. Okay, reason number 1. I use VideoPad for all my videos. In case you've never heard of VideoPad, well, probably the reason you've never heard of it is because it's not very good software. It's about on par with Camtasia or something like that. It's better than Windows Movie Maker, obviously, but it's not exactly excellent in comparison. I would say it's nowhere near as good as Sony Vegas, but I can't afford Sony Vegas at the moment.
Well, if your video editing software is so bad, why haven't you switched over to a different one?
Because I would have to learn a new editing software, and also 75% of the video in question is done already, and now moving on to a different software would ruin the process. I don't know if the entire edited video would even open up in this other program. So right now I'm going to just, sarge on with VideoPad, at least until this video is finished, and then I might actually start experimenting with different software. Second reason for slow uploads, my personal situation. For the past few months, I've been finishing up college. My degree is in welding, and I only have one semester left, so you can expect the uploads to slow down during the fall as well. But right now I am done with college, so hopefully I'll be able to dedicate more time to this. This is honestly so disappointing, because I started off this year thinking, yeah, I'm gonna make this video real quick and it's gonna be real good, and I finished the script within a few days, I recorded the voiceover for it within a few days, and now the editing process has actually been taking me so really long because I've been juggling between work, school, and just not having the energy to edit or being too lazy to edit. And most of the stuff was already prepared at the start of the year, and now it's just like it's been taking 6 extra months to finish this shit. Yeah, I can't consider it an excuse, but I just hope you people will be patient with me because I have not been in the best spot, work-wise. It's like writer's block, but actually editor's block. Yeah, editor's block, that's what we call it. Third reason, quality control. It would be a stretch to say that my videos are high quality, but let's put it like this. I want to make them less shit, and it takes some effort. It's one thing that I'm using a shitty video editing software, but another thing is the way I organize my videos. You might have noticed in some of my previous videos where I speak for extended lengths of time, there are moments where you just hear my voice over a black background with no visuals, no stimuli. I want to avoid making these mistakes, so you're gonna see less of that, and I'll try to at least, put something that's somewhat relevant in the background so you get some visual stimuli from that, or at least put my avatar on other parts where I have nothing to talk about. Another thing is that my video editing software has been acting up, and that makes quality control even more difficult. I want to make those videos better as I go on because if every video past this year is going to be worse than what I started out with, that would be really, really sad. Fourth reason, limited resources. As you probably already know, I utilize a lot of copyrighted footage and external resources for my videos. Usually I use the 4K YouTube downloader for this kind of stuff, or some other external download engine. The default downloading software I use for that, however, has been acting up recently, so I'm having a hard time finding proper video materials. And even then, just finding something that fits the context of a video as background footage is quite the challenge. Recently I realized that some of the stuff I had prepared for this video has been downloaded incorrectly, and because of that I need to download it all over again because otherwise it's not gonna move at all. And as I've mentioned with the previous point, I want the quality to go up just a little bit. This is going to be one of my longest videos yet. I think it's going to be as long as the childhood trauma video, which nobody watched unfortunately, but then again, who cares about my childhood trauma? People care about anime. This might be my big breakthrough. Because my downloading software has been acting up, I'm gonna have a harder time finding the proper materials for this video. I hope you can understand. If it makes you any happier or any more hopeful, I only have a few things left to go, so it shouldn't be a problem finding that many materials. The vast majority of resources that are still missing are things that I have to draw myself. Yes, there are going to be illustrations made by yours truly in this upcoming video, because I'm not the type of guy who just abuses stock photos for shitty animations. I want to get away from that. I don't want to be like internet historian. I want to do my own thing. And last point, this is the first video I'm making that's gonna have direct input from a different YouTuber. I don't want to reveal who it is just now. I want to leave it a surprise for you. But basically, they had certain extra, let's call it, requirements associated with the fact that they're going to be present in the video and they're going to be sharing their opinions. And because of that, I have to restructure a little bit of the video, and that drastically changes the way I thought about uploading it and editing it. It's not their fault. I don't want you to blame them for the slow upload. It's not like you care anyway, but basically this connects to a point about quality control once again, because in order to make this video better, I'm taking extra steps, and those extra steps are gonna cost us more time and more work. With that out of the way, let's move on. Okay, so next I'm gonna mention some ideas for the upcoming videos, just so I don't have to keep you in the dark about what's going to happen once I release a big anime video. First of all, YouTube poops. I mean, of course I'm going to be making more YouTube poops. I like doing them. They don't require too much effort. I can just knock them out quite rapidly, as long as I have resources for that, and as long as my video editing software doesn't bail on me, I can reliably produce somewhat funny, short YouTube poops. So I'm going to keep doing that. I like making those. I get a lot of good feedback on them. So obviously, while this isn't going to be the main focus of my channel, it is something I want to keep doing. It's a good editing exercise. Next video idea. There is a certain song that I kind of like that I wanted to make misheard lyrics to. This would take a lot of effort actually, because one thing I would have to interpret this entire old ass song, and I wanted to be more than just misheard lyrics. I want to include some illustrations, some rapid editing to it, so I want to make it JonTron tier level of quality editing. That was quite the challenge, and this video will probably have to wait a little bit. Next on the list, Reading with Pole. I was originally going to make this a surprise or even a Halloween video, but once all this is done, I'm going to make a few short videos where I read some of my favorite stories to you, maybe even a little bit of 4chan green text. As much as this is overdone, I have a microphone and I want to put it to good use. Otherwise, the $200 was a waste. Next up on the list, and this is a very sweet one, more short animations. Yeah, you might have noticed last year I released a short video for Valentine's Day which included like 3 frames of animation, whole 3 frames of animation. Well, after that I've been experimenting with more frames and more drawings I've simply scanned onto my computer. Yeah, my animation process is very, very rudimentary and very old school. And I realized I kind of like doing that, and I'm not super terrible at it. I'm getting better with it every time I try again. So I've decided I might attempt at making slightly longer animations from now on. Create short little animated sketches, maybe make animations for the sake of my other videos. You might have also noticed that my #1 fan has been utilizing some very low quality and low effort animation whenever I have to just use them to really quickly deflate an argument against me. I may or may not implement this with my own avatar as well, but I don't know if that would be worth it, because not only is it going to be extra work designing facial features that I can actually move and adjust depending on the emotion I'm feeling, but also I would have to put in extra work every single time this little avatar is shown on screen. I would have to animate those lips, I would have to sync them up properly. I don't know if I'm gonna go with this much effort at this phase of the channel. Next up, and this one actually might be halfway cancelled, but we'll look at it later. It's not a priority because it's going to be a very long one, and after this I want to take a short rest from long videos. A complex review of TV Filthy Frank 2, especially in the context of the original Filthy Frank. I don't like the new Filthy Frank. I don't think any of the OG fans really tolerate him that much. And I want to make an extended video where I explain why I don't like him, how he could be better, how he compares to the original, what was missing, and maybe better recommendations in terms of Filthy Frank replacement. But that's a topic for a different day. Lastly, I've been planning on making an iceberg chart video. Yeah, I know you're probably getting sick of them and you're like,
Oh, Paul, you're such a cloud chaser.
well, actually it is a topic that is quite obscure and I think a lot of people are going to enjoy. And also, iceberg videos are still arguably trending, so might give it a shot. It might be a one-off video, but I certainly won't regret making it. This is actually my number one priority because those videos are still trending right now, and I don't know for how long this is gonna go. It's objectively better than tier list videos. I'm not gonna reveal the actual topic of the iceberg chart because I'm afraid that somebody will nab it from me. And also I want it to remain a mystery because I guarantee you will not guess what it is going to be about. And with that said, those are all the ideas I have for upcoming videos after I'm done with the anime one. Let's move on to the next topic. Projects that are currently on hold. Okay, I already talked about videos that I'm going to make after this. Now here are some video ideas that I had in the meantime that I may have even started working on, but something came up along the way and prevents me from finishing it, or something came up that just convinced me to completely cancel the project altogether. Just so you have an idea of why some videos never came up. I want to justify this to give you a better idea of how my work schedule actually works. Okay, first video that is currently cancelled. Paul Olonia Academy. This was meant as a spin-off of Salmonella because he retired around the start of the pandemic and hasn't been making videos since then. And I decided, well, it wouldn't be interesting if I just jumped in and tried my best attempt at making an MS Paint informational video. Mine was going to be about the Kids Crusades, but around the time I started working on it, other people already jumped on the bandwagon and they were doing a much better job than I was, so I decided, well, why even bother? It probably wouldn't be that good either. It would be a risky attempt, and worst case scenario would be labeled as a copycat or one-trick pony, so I decided against it. Paul Olonia Academy currently cancelled. Second video on the list, a trip to the Tomboy Mine. My currently most viewed video is a shitpost about the Tomboy Mine. I was actually planning on going to the Tomboy Mine in Colorado with a few friends of mine in order to make a documentary in there. However, a whole lot of things happened during the recent few months that completely prevented us from attempting and going on this journey. Originally, we were going to venture out in early June. I had the camera equipment. I was halfway done with planning the script. And this video would probably take, a year or two to actually finish. However, we can't even begin working on the video because we are not currently able of going to Colorado altogether. I can't go over by myself because it just won't be the same experience, and I'm gonna need other people's help to finish this video. And at the same time, the script will be so extensive, I don't feel like even starting working on it if I'm gonna even make the video in general. The trip has to come first, and then the video. Once the original plan can be resumed, I will start working on the video, and we'll see where it goes from there. The last project that's currently on hold is a dramatic reading of a certain 4chan post that I found on R9K. Okay, I didn't actually find it myself, but I found it reposted. I found it very interesting and relatable, and I decided to make a green text reading of it. However, it was kind of in the heat of a moment, and was at a time when I was in a pretty bad spot mentally and emotionally. And as time passed, the video is finished, but I will never release it, at least not as long as I live, because it's kind of a dark video that's not very relatable to most people. It's kind of a black pill, and at the time of making it, I really related to it, but now looking back on it, it's kind of edgy, and it's giving strong incel vibes, so it'll remain unreleased for the time being. Okay, that's it in terms of all the video ideas and all the channel related stuff. Now there's just one question left to answer. What are my actual plans for managing this channel? Where will I take it from here? And the answer to this is I don't have a settled plan. As you might have noticed, I have a very diverse range of videos and themes and topics. I make shitposts, I make YouTube poops, I make those elaborate video essays. Because the point of this channel is I don't want to remain chained to like a single thing. I want to do whatever I want whenever I want. And while it arguably is at the expense of having a solid, loyal audience, because I won't be able to strike gold with a specific genre or a specific type of videos, at the same time, I don't want to be labeled a one-trick pony, and I don't want to lose my, everything I've been working on as soon as it turns out that whatever I decided to dedicate myself to is going out of fashion. And because of that, this channel is going to be about whatever I want it to be about. This isn't a specific channel that's dedicated to anime culture or video essays or even a YouTube poops. This is just my channel, and that's as far as it goes. This channel is dedicated to whatever I want it to be. And the only thing that's going to unite all my videos and all my themes and tie it all together is my personality. Okay, now that we've got all this out of the way, I can finally let you guys go. The video should be done within, I think, a month or two, because I really don't have that much left to edit. It's just a few things left to draw. Okay, with that said, once again, thank you for sticking around. See you in the next video.